Yeah.
Thank you so much for being here today. On behalf of Serena, we are so grateful for all the work we do here to help rescue horses.
What's up?
Woohoo! Welcome to the call, everybody. All right. Oh my gosh, I haven't seen you with your hair down, Tarzan. You look great. Natasha, and we got Sean. George Maitland. I think that's just a photo of him. Todd. Wayne. All right. We are loading up here. This is going to be a great call. I'm glad you guys are here. This is going to be fun. Oh, there you are. Okay, George, now I see you. We got Mike from Sydney. Woohoo! Oh, we're still coming in here. All right. Sean, you're on a big screen. I'm like, I gotta do something. There we go. You were like, are you rocking and rolling? Yeah, okay, I can see that now. Okay. All right, just see. Oh, look. Woohoo, Sean's here. Oh, yeah. Oh, who's that little guy? Sylvia. All right. Got lots going on. Let me see if I got a text message from Tom. He should be getting on any second now. Dave was getting all ready. I could see him getting his little samples and nice. Oh. Okay. All right. All right, Wayne. Yes. I know sometimes, but it's not us. Just know that it's you, right? All right. Oh, am I recording already? Okay, I'm going to pause the recording here.
Earl Moore, he's ugly. It's going to be a great day. All right, so Dean Feltman. So let's, we've got this thing rolling. I've done a little greeting here. This is really, really cool. This is going to be a lot of fun. Dave Briskie is on top of this thing. What I want you guys to know is, Marianne, you got to mute everybody and bring Dave and I back.
Okay.
Okay, I'm unmuted. Okay, so unmute Dave Briskie. And hello, everybody. I hope you're having an unbelievable day. Coffee. I want to talk about coffee. Here's the deal. I get up every morning. I walk to my AA meeting. I stop at Cafe Luna. I have a cup of bulletproof coffee here at the house, which is Java Fit. And then I go from there to AA, and I have a cup of coffee at Cafe Luna. Then I have a cup of coffee over at, I got to pin myself here. Just pin it, start pinning the speaker, pin the active speaker, Marianne, and anybody that pops up means they're unmuted. So Joyce, mute your phone. But, so then I go from there over to my other coffee shop. I go to my AA meeting, and I drink 4 cups of coffee. And then I go from there to Red Frog Coffee and drink coffee. And then I go to Two Dog Diner and I drink more coffee. And the reason I'm telling you that is because I am nutrition. I am 90 for life. I don't eat. I don't take any prescription medication. I think that Dr. Wallach saved my life and kept me alive. I joined Youngevity for the money and I got my health. But at the same time, I want you to know that I am coffee. And I have looked at the space out there, and the coffee companies in multi-level marketing are absolutely going this way, and Youngevity has a chance to take that market, and I want to lead the charge. And so my goal is to hop in the foxhole. Me. Okay. Okay.
Okay.
So, and I'm not on anything. So there's nothing that I'm not creating that echo. At the end of the day, what I want to do is I want to lead the charge with Lance Gordon and Dave Briskie and be the coffee go-to guy inside of 90 for Life. Because when people look at me, they are not thinking the nutrition pyramid. They are thinking everything but the nutrition pyramid. So with that said, they also look at me. Here I have another cup of coffee. I just did a K-cup at my house. That's what they think. So why on earth am I not that? So who I am, JavaFit. Who I am, Javolution. Who I am, healthy, great coffee for Nicaragua. So I know you don't believe me. I'm going to bring you into Dave Briskie. And I know I hear that echo too. It's making me crazy. We're going to mute me and see if it's Dave's deal. And what we should have done was tested that, Marianne, to see if it was created, but we're going to find out right now.
I muted everybody that's coming back. I'm trying to monitor. So if you guys can make sure you're muted, that would help a lot because there's a lot of people on this call right now. So if you guys can just make sure you are muted. Okay, I'm going to mute you, Tom. Oh, you're muted. So I'm not sure where that's coming from. I'll mute me.
Is it me?
No. I don't think so. When you just spoke, it was crystal clear. So let's try you. Let's see what's going on.
Well, good. Are we ready to get started?
Yeah, we are ready.
Well, I am not that pyramid either. So we know. So, I am not the nutrition pyramid, but I am 90 for life. And so is everybody in my family and in my friends and everybody in my world. And we're going to start using that tagline, right? Because we're all about passion here at Youngevity. We're all about OmniDirect. And with OmniDirect, that means all. And, you know, whether you're building a business with jewelry or whether you're building a business with makeup or, you know, great mineral makeup or nutrition, or it doesn't really matter. It's like, you know, my passion might be jewelry and I'm 90 for life. My passion is spa and I'm 90 for life. My passion is coffee, as Tom said, and he's 90 for life. And that's really what this is all about. Smart people take care of themselves and get on great nutrition. I'm 56 years old, so maybe a little bit younger than Tom, but I also take no prescription medication. And my doctor tells me that that is 1 in every 10 of his practice that is in that situation. So I'm going to try to keep it that way with good nutrition. And one of the things that we are not up against here at Youngevity that I think is fantastic, because many of you know I was the CEO of the coffee business and eventually met Steve Wallach, an amazing guy. Steve and I got together and we put these two businesses together. And when I was building Javolution with some of the Javolution faithful that I know is on this call, we were up against the nutritionists. You know, we needed a Dr. Wallach, and the nutritionists were saying anyone that went to a nutritionist for health would say, do not drink coffee. Believe it or not, it was anti-coffee. And of course, eventually what we learned is coffee is great for you. It's great antioxidant. It's probably one of the safest beverages you could ever put in your body, particularly if you don't put cream and sugar with it. But even if you do, it's such a small amount, it really doesn't matter. Try to use stevia. I drink my coffee black because I just happen to love the taste of great coffee. What we're going to talk about is what you should be doing with the coffee business that exists in Youngevity. First of all, we really do have the greatest story in coffee. And when I talk about a great story, I'm talking about so much beyond the space we're in. I'm talking about worldwide. I'm talking about any industry, no matter what it is. Nobody has a better coffee story than Youngevity does. It's an incredible story, and we're going to get to that story. But there's 3 things you should be doing in your business. You want to build with coffee. The first thing you should be doing is you should be saying, how can I recruit and build customers? My goodness, with coffee, you should be able to bring people into the Youngevity community, and you should be able to bring in customers every single day. It's the second most widely consumed beverage to water. It's amazing, and our story will draw people in. And it's very easy to be a product of the product with coffee. The second thing you should be doing, because we talked about all the other ways you could already be a part of Youngevity, is you should be increasing your retention simply by getting people to drink their coffee. If they are a coffee drinker, their household budget has an expense called the purchase of coffee, and they are buying coffee every single month and giving it to themselves, their family, whoever it is on their list. It is the single best tool you should do to drive retention and increase volume in your business. If you have a downline, no matter if it's one or thousands, you should be really focused on building your coffee business with those folks. They are the easiest money. I like to say the easiest money that you can capture from someone to invest is money they're already spending. They're already spending money on coffee. You're not asking them to spend any more money. You're not asking them to spend additional. You're asking them to spend money on something they're already spending on. You're giving them a better product, a great product. And the craziest thing about it, and this is kind of third on the list, is you have now provided a philanthropic vehicle for them so they can feel really wonderful about not only great coffee, the best tasting coffee, and we're going to get to all of those attributes in a minute, but even more important than that is that every purchase of Youngevity Be the Change coffee is donated back to the Youngevity Be the Change Foundation, which does all types of charitable work. So you've got 3 reasons why coffee should be a part of your Youngevity lifestyle: recruiting and customers, increasing your retention, and of course, the ability to be philanthropic through just enjoying a simple, wonderful cup of coffee. And this is a very, very powerful, powerful tool within Youngevity, and probably one of the most powerful products we have when you start to hear the story. So let's talk about the story just for a second. First of all, there isn't anyone you can't market our coffee to. We have every single type of coffee there is. Through the acquisition of Sozo recently, because I didn't used to be able to say this, because I'm not a big fan of instant coffee, but there is a purpose for instant coffee. We now have 2 SKUs that Youngevity owns, which is instant coffee. So that means you can throw that in your bag, travel with it, whatever. So we do have the ability to make instant coffee. That's one. The next one is bag coffee. So our bag coffee has kind of this really cool Louis Vuitton bag. I saw Denise show up, and this the whole story right there is Tom. Now, Tom's got the different one. He's got the Javolution Club. We'll get there in a minute. So we have all types of bag coffee, okay? That's in a 12-ounce bag. It comes in, once again, another thing you may not know. This in my hand is whole bean coffee. We also have it available in ground coffee. So the connoisseurs, as you start to become a coffee snob, you will never buy ground coffee again because you want it as fresh as possible. And so you will have whole bean, and you grind it yourself in the morning. Dave and Sunshine grind their beans. Yes, we're a bit of a snob. We like it that fresh. But for those of you that don't have the time to do that, you can go to the ground coffee. And ground coffee, we grind it for you. So we have that type of coffee. And you move into these little nuggets. What are these little nuggets? K-Cups, right? One of the fastest growing segments of the coffee business. I don't really believe there's a direct seller in the K-Cup business. And we sell K-Cups in all types of styles. Oh, isn't that great? It's branded just like the bag coffee. So we have a branding strategy going here. And we have all types of K-Cups. And our wonderful story about what's going on. And my daughter is calling me, probably out of coffee. And so, and they all drink it, the whole family. So that is the K-Cup story. So what do we got? We got bag coffee, K-Cup coffee, instant coffee, whole bean coffee, ground coffee, and then we have flavors. So if you're not the type of person that's a coffee purist and you want flavors, we have flavored coffee. We have flavors like cinnamon hazelnut, French vanilla. 2 most popular flavors in the coffee industry are French vanilla and hazelnut. They are available both in K-Cups and in bag coffee. But then we get real fun with our coffee because we are manufacturer. We own all of that. We're going to get to that in a minute. So we have every type of flavor for every type of customer, which means Youngevity has that at its disposal. We have chocolate cream. A real popular one right now is coffee caramel cake, which people are just loving and digging and enjoying. And then my worst coffee of all time that I can't possibly stand, but some people insist on having, decaffeinated. And why is decaffeinated important for us to tell you about it? Because the decaffeination process, believe it or not, is poisonous. Youngevity, of course, only uses a royal water or a Swiss water removal process of the caffeine. Let me tell you something. If you run into somebody that drinks caffeine, decaffeinated coffee, and you do not get them on Youngevity's coffee, you are doing them a disservice. They are putting poison in their body. You need to get them drinking. If they're going to drink decaf, they need to drink our decaf or a Swiss water removal or royal water removal decaffeinated natural process, or they are not doing well for themselves. Now, I recommend the caffeine, and I know that's what Tom's probably drinking as well. I never drink decaffeinated coffee.
Would you?
What?
Hang on. That's like non-alcoholic beer.
Exactly. And for you beer drinkers out there, you probably know that that is taboo. I would probably never drink that. That is the point. You know, just drink less of it, for goodness sake. And then, of course, we've got what created the Javolution company in the beginning. The JavaFit company is our fortified coffee. And we have, I think, the one that people, if you've never tried it, you should try it. We've watched competition in this industry build a $300 million coffee business with mushroom coffee, which is an instant, tastes like crap, worst coffee you could probably ever put in your mouth, okay? Absolutely disgusting coffee. And we have an actual fortified coffee that we call Java Impact. It's in stock right in our warehouse here. It has 14 medicinal mushrooms in the coffee. It's 85% coffee and 14 different or 15% mushroom, including the very famous reishi mushroom. How that coffee was created is we looked at the competition back at the time, and there was this reishi coffee that was all types of health benefits. We did our research, and we learned that there was actually 14 mushrooms that had significant health benefits. So we created a coffee with all 14, and the only reason why we didn't put in 15 is because there's only 14 that give you benefits. So you cannot get a better coffee than Java Impact. And in my opinion, that is who you should turn people onto for their decaf coffee. It's only 85% coffee. Give them the healthy benefits of mushroom along with it. And by the way, smooth, delicious. People taste it, they cannot believe it. It's just a smooth, wonderful, mellow tasting coffee that gives you all the benefits of mushrooms. So on top of that, we have an energy coffee that we fortify it with, which has green tea in it. And then we have a diet coffee, believe it or not. And the diet coffee is, it has a appetite suppressant in it called citrus sarantium. So we have all of these tools in coffee, in every type of coffee, okay? And some of you, and I cannot believe it if you're on this call, if you're not a member of the Javolution Coffee Club, javolution.com, it's got its own website. If you're not a member of that coffee club, you are not a connoisseur of coffee, or you don't want what's best out there in the coffee business. If you meet someone and they have the attitude like, well, I only drink very specialty coffee, oh my God, it's the best news you've ever heard in your life. Because if they say that, this club, it cannot be duplicated. And what this club is every month, you can get on a subscription program, and every month you get this beautiful box. And in this box, it comes nicely decorated, as you can see. And we feature one of our charities. It's beautifully done. And we give very exclusive coffees, single origin coffees from around the world that are almost impossible to find. But because we own a coffee roasting operation, and we're going to get to the vertical nature of our company in a second when we talk about that story, we source coffee from everywhere. So this club is like a surprise. You get it at your door and you cannot wait to open it. It's single origin coffee. It could be Kona. It could be the very, very famous and rare to find Mario Wipe coffee bean, known as the elephant bean, the largest bean there is in coffee, could be coming to your doorstep. And we take that same coffee and we also offer it in a flavor. So you get this amazing whole bean, single origin, single plantain coffee, and a flavored coffee of a custom flavor. Why is that important? Because flavored coffee is made like this. You take a coffee, usually a cheap coffee, you roast it very lightly so it can absorb the flavors. And because it's flavored coffee, the industry feels, well, they can't taste the coffee anyway, so let's just give them some garbage coffee and flavor it. We don't do that at Youngevity. And in this club, we take the premium of the premium of the premium coffee, and then we flavor it the same exact bean. Nobody does that because it's insane to do it. okay? But you can hear on Facebook or social media, or I'm getting email going, oh my God, I've never had flavored coffee this amazing. That's right, and you never will unless you join the Javolution Coffee Club. And you go on that website, and we have the history of the different coffees. I just worked on the next 6 origins. One of them, this is how cool this is. One of them, there's a small lot on our plantation in Nicaragua that is just for the 180 families that live there. They literally cultivate it with their hands. We are picking off of their crop for them, and we are taking our plantation coffee that they drink. I mean, these people have 1,000 acres of coffee at their disposal, and they have the different origin there, and we are going to take some of their coffee, and we're going to give it to the club. Where can you find this? Only at Javolution. Are you kidding me? And if you love coffee, you've got to be on this club. We're doing also in the next 6 months, we're doing a Kona coffee. Alex Tice came back from Hawaii. I laughed. He put this on my desk. I love Alex. It was Hawaiian coffee. I know why he did this, so I can show him that we make a better Kona coffee than whatever this is. It's going to be ridiculous. But I'm going to compare it to the Kona we're going to deliver. It's going to be unbelievable. So let's make sure we understand all of the options, right? I went through a lot right here. Bag coffee, dealt with. K-cups, dealt with. Every flavor, dealt with. Whole bean, dealt with. Ground coffee, dealt with. Instant coffee, dealt with. Fortified coffee, dealt with. Are you kidding me? And decaf. Ugh. But you know what? We got something for everybody. You've got to be on our coffee. My God. Am I a little excited about this? I freaking love our coffee. It's amazing. So what are we doing right now? I got a lot of demand. When you get a guy like Tom Chenault step up and says, I'm going to be the king of coffee, and then you see Kelsey Britton put up a jingle that she is now the new queen of coffee. Check out her jingle. It's insane. It's awesome. It's beautiful. It's really, really cool. We're going to try to get them to do a duet in Dallas for the 20th anniversary. We were not going to have Tom sing, but it's a good draw just to think about it. The point is this: when Tom Chenault raises his hand and he says, I want to be the king of coffee, then Dave Briskie and Youngevity are going to step up and give him every damn tool he needs, because we know he's the type of guy that is about action, not just words. So we're already in development on a CEO pack for coffee that'll have lots of coffee in it and some other beverages. I'm almost finished with it. And one of the things I've learned, and oh my God, you guys are killing me when I hear this, I hear people are taking our coffee and getting a Ziploc bag and pouring some coffee in a Ziploc bag and sealing it up and giving it to people. Now, unless it's your mom or your uncle or your aunt, I strongly advise against this, okay? Because if you think some stranger that hands me a Ziploc bag of coffee that I'm going to drink it, it's highly unlikely that I am. And if I did, you probably don't want to recruit me into your business. Think about it. So when I started hearing that, I said, okay, we got a sampling issue. So at the roaster, once again, we have fractional packs in our food service business. So I'm going to develop, because we have the film in stock, a simple gold film fractional pack, 2 ounces. We're going to label the name on it. So it'll be Impact, Whole Bean, whatever it is, in 2 ounces. And you guys are going to have a program where you can hand someone a pot of coffee. We'll include those in the CEO pack and give you the ability to buy them. It's very expensive to do this. Spoke to Ernesto. What we're going to do is every time Youngevity places an order, like of this or whatever it is, we're going to take 10 pounds out and turn them into samples every time we do it. So we'll keep our samples rolling, and then we'll always grab samples for you in your CEO pack, and we'll create a smaller pack for those of you that want to build a coffee business, so you have the ability to hand high-quality, nitrogen-flush coffee, give them a pot of coffee, tell them to share it with friends, call them back up, and recruit them into your business. This is going to be a game changer for us. If I see that people are really using that tool, I will then invest in, but time, because Tom challenged me. He said I couldn't deliver this in 90 days. And I said, I'm up for it. And I said, I can deliver it because I've got gold and silver film. But it takes 8 weeks to do a film. So we could turn our fractional program, our sample program, with this type of film. But we're not going to do it to start. Let's see how it goes. We'll get professional, what the?
What happened? What happened? You're great. You're on fire.
Can you see me?
Did you have a heart attack or anything? No. Don't.
No, keep going. We can see.
Okay, good, because I just have a blank screen, and I love looking in Tom's eyes. They are so beautiful.
I know it.
What great eyes he had. So anyways, we will have that for you. We'll make that happen for you. I'm glad somebody spoke because I thought I was speaking only to myself. And we'll go from there. So you can still hear me, see me, let me know. So we will have those sample packs for you. It will be part of your CEO kit. I've already spoke to Ernesto about it. We're going to start we're going to start making the coffee this week. And we'll start getting the samples in here. We'll add those to the CEO kit, maybe 24 fractionals or whatever. And then we'll have a sampling program so you guys can grow your coffee business. I think you're going to love it. So now let's get into why we are the best coffee in the world. And no one can do this. And oh my God, it would cost somebody like a $20 million check just to get started doing this. First of all, we do own a coffee plantation. It's not like we pretend to own it. It's not like we visited it one time and now we say we own it. It's not like we bought 6 beans and we asked the owner, can we say that we own it? We own it, lock, stock, and barrel. It's our employees, Youngevity employees living on this plantation. This plantation is 1,000 acres in the Nicaraguan rainforest. Absolutely pristine, beautiful, incredibly amazing. Your heart will warm every time you go there. It's incredible experience. And I know we're going to do a contest one day, and we're certainly going to bring great leaders to this plantation so you can have the experience of what it's like to walk around on our plantation that we own and coffee that we plant and that is hand-picked. Coffee is not processed with a mechanized process machine. Coffee is handled by your hands. You get your hands dirty. You literally go through with a basket and pick the coffee. It's amazing. And so what we do is every time those beautiful coffee cherries turn red, we go through the entire plantation. We pick all the red cherries. We go back to the beginning. We do it again. And it's 3 or 4 times that we do this to pick the perfect ripe cherries on our 1,000-acre plantation. From there, what we do is we have a wet processing plant. And believe it or not, our wet processing plant subs is a hydroelectric plant. We have a literal water wheel in the plantation. We rerouted the river that runs through our 1,000 acres, and we produce green power in the middle of the plantation so that our plantation workers have electricity at night, whenever, here in the middle of the rainforest. Beautiful, beautiful coffee. From there, we remove that cherry skin off the coffee. We ship it to a processing plant. But it's one that we own as well, 28-acre processing. We drive the coffee there in the warm Nicaraguan sun, and then we sort the coffee to order. Absolutely incredible. Once again, we own the processing plant. Now, here's why this is so important, and I'm going to get to the roaster that we own in Miami in a second. We are quadruple certified at the plantation. We're fair trade, organic, rainforest, and bird-friendly certified. And what I mean by that is literally we are audited to make sure we hit all those certifications. Why is that important? Because the minute you take that coffee off the plantation and you bring it to a processing plant, if that processing plant does not have the same certifications, you cannot put that on your package. So our processing plant is also audited, fair trade, organic, rainforest aligned, bird-friendly certified. Now we've got this coffee green, dried, sorted, ready to go, and we ship it to a coffee roaster. If you're a coffee roaster and you buy a fair trade or organic coffee and you do not have those certifications at your roasting company in America or wherever your roaster is, once that coffee enters your plant and you don't have those certifications, you cannot put that certification on the package. Our roaster is fair trade, organic, rainforest alliance, and bird-friendly certified. So when we talk about certified or quadruple certified coffee, when we bring our stuff from Nicaragua, it literally is that certification. And here's the cool craziness. That fair trade coffee, you have to pay a premium for. So the roasting operation that we have to pay a premium for, guess where the money goes? It goes right back to the plantation where the coffee was grown, and it improves the lives of our workers. So not only are we giving 100% of the profits away to the Be the Change Foundation, every Nicaraguan coffee pound that's bought makes the living conditions of our neighbors, our brethren, our brothers on our community, the Youngevity community that lives with us, our employee base on that plantation, and they end up with better lives because of it. Tom, can you still hear me?
No, you're doing great. We can hear you. See you. Keep going.
All right, good. So that's where I'm at. So last thing, now that the coffee has made its journey to the plantation, from the plantation to the processing, through our roaster, we roast to order. Big roasters, they roast tons and tons of coffee. Most of the coffee people are buying on store shelves have already sat in a warehouse for 4 months, 5 months. It is unbelievable what people drink. They don't know what good coffee is. Our coffee, we small batch roast, and we keep it fresh. We're first in, first out here at Youngevity. As the coffee gets down in terms of inventory, we keep it fresh. So you're drinking fresh coffee. What's crazy about this club program, the roasted date is on the coffee. This is nuts when you really think about it. Look at this coffee. I love this stuff. Right on the package. I don't know if you can see it, but right on the package, what does this say? Roasted on February 17th. Are you kidding me? That's insane. This is roasted in February of 2017, and you're already drinking it in February.
That's the one we're drinking.
Yeah, it's just crazy delicious. So fresh. I mean, as soon as you open the bag, you're just like, oh my God, it's just incredible. Once you get people started on this, they can't drink other coffee. They now become a snob. And you know what? They should be a snob. Somebody came up with a tagline once, and I really agree with it. You know, not all of us can afford a Bentley. Not all of us can afford a plane or a Porsche or whatever. But I can tell you this. For a small price, you could drink the best coffee in the world. And I look at it this way. It's simple pleasures, deeply felt. And why wouldn't you spend a luxury item on yourself that you actually will not break your budget? It actually is easy to spend, and there's philanthropic activity going back where you're helping people's living conditions and you're funding charities. You're drinking the greatest coffee in the world. You're drinking a slice of luxury that you can afford. And I think everybody in the Youngevity Nation deserves a piece of that.
Holy,
that's my story, and I'm sticking to it.
To say the guy is in his lane. I mean, goodness gracious. So I want to let him, is your screen back up, Dave?
No, it's black, and I'm afraid to hit something.
So touch it, but you know what? I think that you had me pinned, so you had my face. So as a result of that, my face may have broken your monitor. But so that is so funny. But we love you, and this is working like a charm. Marianne, pin James Earl Moore real quick while he catches his breath and looks around a little bit. And I want to give you guys a little tour of what a coffee absolute maniac looks like, because that's us. And when you see our office here, you are going to flip it out. Dave's going to catch his breath. This is so exciting. Dave, you look like a movie star.
I'm looking for James.
We're watching you. James, have you got James yet? You got to pin James, Marianne.
Oh my gosh, there's over 100 people on here.
Well, I'm happy about that. I only care about James.
Whatever. Ready?
I mean, I care about you 99, but James is my. Look at this, you guys.
What do we got?
Can you see him?
He's walking around our office. Stand back a little, James, so they can just get the scope, and then walk around and show them our little coffee K-cup dispenser. I mean, we are so out of control here. All we do is coffee, 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 coffee. Look at that. Right there, we got a little K-cup dispenser. We've got it all right there. We are coffee, and it is, when people walk in the door, if you see a sign on 17th Avenue, I got real mad at the people in Longmont because they were talking about the homeless people hanging around and drinking coffee. So I put a sign up that said free coffee for all the homeless people too, because I own the office building, and so they can't really argue with it. And basically what we're doing is giving free coffee to literally anybody that walks by. It's philanthropic. It's doing the next right thing. And it is just absolutely unbelievable. So just wanted you to see, we are walking our talk here, Dave Briskie.
Well, I guess you are.
Is to be the ball in Youngevity, and that's exactly what we're doing. So go ahead and bring me back, Marianne. Put it on, and that will be incredible.
That is impressive. Really is.
That's That's what we do. We're in the game with you, man. We are in it to win it.
You can see this is just what I drink on a daily basis. So, I mean, I'm with you too, okay? So we're all good. We're all good. There was some question that felt, oh, I love it. Dana Skinner, simple pleasures deeply felt. It really is true. I mean, think about it. How many of us can say we have the best of something? And you have the best of it and you can afford it. Right? I mean, that is such a cool thing. I mean, you can be philanthropic. And we can make a difference. Man, as we expand this coffee drinking community at Youngevity, we are changing people's lives. We are making people's lives better while drinking the greatest coffee that really is the best quality. It's not just a story. It's true. It's incredible. And I love that. And I want to see us grow this thing. And I want you to enjoy what you deserve. And you can afford it. You can afford this pleasure. So I love that. Someone asked about minerals. We have been experimenting with Doc's minerals on the plantation. The challenge we're having is really hard to get the minerals in. We know it works, so we're working with the Nicaraguan government. We have very quietly become the third largest exporter in Nicaragua. So with that, we've got a little bit more stroke. So we're hopeful that we can bring in the minerals on a full scale because we know that it makes a difference. And that'll even add another reason why the coffee is the best you can ever have. But understand, we're in the middle of the rainforest. It is pristine. Our soil is pollution free. I mean, it's amazing, and it's organic. So we use there's no pesticides, there's no fertilizers, only natural. I mean, this is a very special place.
Well, and Linda Tyler, I want to give you a quick shout out because I'm telling you, you are an absolute asset to us. You can move on a dime. Your list is better than anybody's list on the planet. And I just want to publicly say thank you because you really helped us drive people to this call. And this is your chance, everybody. This is another vertical of Youngevity. We don't want you to back off of that 90 for life. But man alive, I'm telling you, coffee goes to Russia. Coffee goes to Mexico. Coffee, Des Morgan, it goes to New Zealand. It goes to Australia. It goes everywhere. All we need to do is step it up, take it up. And the more business that Jovolution does, the coffee division, the more attention it's going to get from our new rock star marketing department. And all I want to do is have them saying, holy cow, would you slow down? We're running out of coffee.
Yeah, that ain't going to happen. It's not going to happen. Trust me, it's not happening. But I'm up to the challenge. If you can try to make it so, oh, please try. And someone asked about how many pots of coffee. Well, that's depends on how you like your coffee. But generally, the industry is 2 ounces of coffee. 2 ounces makes a pot of coffee. And in a pot of coffee, by coffee terms, that's 10 cups. Okay? So, and how do they measure a cup? Well, not like the way I measure a cup. My cup's huge. It's a mug, right? But a cup is considered like a 6 to 8 ounces. So 2 ounces of coffee is the right amount to make a 10 cup pot. And of course, you can do the math. There's 12 ounces of coffee in here. So that's 6 pots of coffee. So you can start to figure out how many bags of coffee if you're drinking 30 days. So you can do the math. So you got to be jumping on this. I got a lot of folks, and I love this, that are buying their favorite coffee as their normal morning brew, and they joined the club. And they love that they can share it, and they have friends over, and they get the story with their friends, and they get to share the cards and say, look what we're doing, and this is amazing. Can I brew you up some of this special coffee? And they're just growing their business by just sharing a wonderful cup of coffee. And, you know, frankly, I love that old-fashioned type of stuff. You know, let's come over for a cup of coffee and really chaw it out. And you know what? We are not doing enough of that, right? Too much of this, too much of that. Let's get together, look people in the eye, hold a beautiful, warm, hot cup of coffee, smell the aroma up in the room, and drink to your health. I mean, what is wrong with that?
Beautiful. Who else has questions? Yeah, so here's the deal. Somebody asked about the Jovolution link, Dave. It's not replicatable, everybody, so know that. It's not a replicatable link, so you've got to bring them to the Youngevity website, enroll them, send them to Jovolution, or go get them back and enroll them. But it's not a replicatable website yet. That is a very fluid, simple website. It's not anywhere near the platform that Dave and Steve are designing. for all of the Youngevity verticals.
That's right. And in the new site, as it comes up, all of the micro sites will be dovetailing into that new site ultimately, so that you'll have that ability to market coffee. It's really there for information, but we'll start pulling information off of that into your site, which then will give you a replicated coffee site. That isn't happening tomorrow, but it is on the docket and on the plan to happen.
All right. Got a couple more questions. What's the coffee flavoring process?
It's interesting. Coffee flavoring, it takes so little flavoring. So first of all, our flavoring is GMO free. Okay, there's no preservatives. It's GMO free. The flavoring is so minute that, believe it or not, even on a supplement facts panel, the flavoring does not show up because it absorbs into the coffee. So when you see flavored coffee, you'll always just see 100% coffee because the flavoring is so light. There are some companies out there where I've seen it, it's got like 20%, some artificial flavoring, and people say, oh my God, it's so delicious. It tastes like that Starbucks latte that they do, which is really 90% milk, a shot of espresso, and a bunch of sugar. That's about 900 calories, okay? When you see a facts panel that has flavoring that's actually detectable, I'd steer away from it. It's super high in sugar, super high in calories. This type of flavoring is really about a nuance, almost just a subtle aroma. You know there's something in there and you can taste the flavor, but it literally does not even move the needle on a facts panel. It's still 100% coffee, no sugar, 0 calories.
By the way, all you guys with cameras, I can see you goofing around, Joe Farina. You pay attention. That's what's so great about this thing. I love this thing. Hello, Scott. Hello, Charlene. Hello, Kenny Selector. Hello, Terry. Here's what I want you to do. I want you to look at yourself on the screen and look how dark you are or how bright you are. And as you do that, put some light on your face so we can see you. So this is Janice, you look beautiful. Shelly, you look beautiful. This is awesome. Look at Gary Brooks, you look great. Des Morgan from New Zealand, we need to brighten you up a little bit. It's unbelievable. So what I'm just telling you guys is this is your chance to be a movie star. And I'm just scrolling through the gallery view, just watching you guys drive your cars, paying attention, doing what you're doing, because I am telling you, we are in this thing to win this thing. And I want every one of you to play it so big, it's unbelievable. So Dave, I hope that I gave you a chance to read some more questions and answer these, because hello Jamal, we are not going to slow down. We are going to take this thing and we're going to take it up the ladder. Look at Helen Watt. Is she beautiful? So, hey, Michael, you just started screen sharing. You got to get rid of it, whoever you are. We just got your, whatever it was, you accidentally hit the screen sharing button.
He did.
Yeah.
How does he get rid of that? No, don't hit that install
button. No, hit this X. Hit the X.
Take control back.
Hit the X. Hit the X.
Take it off. How can I control that?
You can take control back. Go to manage participants and stop the share.
Oh my goodness.
Take control back.
Oh my goodness. All right.
I have a picture of Helen Watt in my wallet.
Yeah, pushing buttons.
All right.
Did we get him back?
Yes. And Dave, you are glowing in the light.
Leave it there.
I like that.
We got to get Dave back on there and get rid of screen sharing. Hey, whoever that is, Michael, why don't you log out? Yeah, Michael, whoever screen shared that thing fiddling around, log out, or Marianne kick him off. So
I can still see you guys, though. You still look beautiful to me.
Okay. Who is it that's screen sharing?
Michael.
Oh my God. The advanced identity protector.
And he's having a heck of a time.
Oh, now there's a mouse or something.
We love his raccoon.
Oh my gosh. All right. Remove.
We're viewing Michael's screen.
Is that the right one?
Hey, you did it. I'm back.
Dave Briskie.
All right.
All right, we're good. My screen's still dark, but I moved it to another screen, so I'm laughing.
And Pamela Schwartz said that was a hedgehog, not a mouse.
Thank God for Pamela Schwartz.
Amen. Whew. This is so fun. Hello, Jim McCormick, you beautiful man. All right, keep it rolling, man. There's a heritage maker. You know, I love this. Watching these memory keepers in the game. I had a nice chat with Rhonda Anderson today, and it just warmed my cockles. And talking to her about just getting everybody in these verticals and having everybody have a presentation that works for their verticals where they can integrate the copy, integrate everything else of Youngevity is a beautiful thing. That's the OmniDirect component. That's the betterment component. And tonight, over in Longmont, if you are coming from Longmont, and we might even stream it if James sobers up. If we can, we might stream it, and I'm going to go through the betterment slide deck, and I'm going to bring it to life. I'm going to show you how to take the crowd, merge them with the slides, and make that presentation rocks the Youngevity way. So expect that.
I'm getting ready to get my behind out the car.
No,
You might want to follow
Marianne, mute everybody.
I'm just saying.
That is so fun. And we catch people multitasking that way. That's what's so beautiful about it. All right, so Dave Briskie, you guys have to give him questions. Marianne, I mean, we love this. We have got the absolute, Denise said, we've lost all control. Amen to that. Okay, so this is cool stuff. Anybody got more questions for Dave Briskie? If not, we'll get out of here. Yeah, thank God that Michael's computer was absolutely clean of any kind of problems, or we'd have been in trouble.
Wait, I have a question.
Yeah, so.
I have a question.
Hit it.
Okay, so Dave, is there any way, like the other auto ships, that we can find out heads up what's coming? Like we just got our auto ships for February with that chocolate raspberry. Well, what if that smells amazing. I want to bake with it. What if we could find out what's coming out in the March auto ship so that we could really drive that?
You got to unmute
Dave,
Dave, Marianne. I know he's there. I saw him. He might have disappeared.
Dave? Nope, I can pin him. Hold on.
Yeah, is he muted?
Mm-hmm. He must have muted. Hold on here.
Hello.
There we got you, Dave. Okay, Dave, we've got you. Okay, so.
All right, cool. So I heard the question Helen asked about, could we get in advance? And we'd have to almost make some extra to do that, and you haven't even tried it yet. But what we're going to do is start surveying people. The idea of the club is really to get you to know the surprise of it coming, right? But what we're learning is there's some very special interest about some of that club coffee. The Mario Wipe bean, for example, people are super excited about. The chocolate raspberry people were excited about. So, around as we move into Christmas time, we'll probably do a pre-book for chocolate raspberry. So we've got this now analytics that we can start polling you and see what you want. But the club program's a made-to-order program, and the bigger it gets, the more we can do with it. But it's really about that surprise. And I know there's the I wish there was more of it. But I think that's what makes it really special. So we'll be paying attention and doing surveys and making sure that we'll start to make the ones that are the most favorite available, and maybe even make the line next year.
So I have to move my auto ship to the first of the month so that I can see what's in it that first week?
I guess you could do that, but I mean, there's not much, there may not be any club coffee available, because we're making it, I guess it's possible if you're early in the month, Helen, you could order it again. Is that what you're saying? Like 2 clubs?
Okay.
Definitely. Throw it in my husband's club too, right?
That's what I would do.
We're going to figure it out, Helen. Okay, so let's see. No, there's no choice. The club's kind of like a cool thing where they're just practicing on us, and it's really cool because those boxers are beautiful, and it works out like a charm. And let's see if there's any questions you have here. ETA on the samples, Dave, you got any idea how long that's going to take?
I think we can have samples ready in the month of March. So by the
Mega CEO pack. Any idea there?
Same time frame. I want the samples to go in the mega CEO pack.
Bingo, bango, bongo. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think the CEO pack needs to have the sampling. You know what I mean? It's just like a business in a box for you. Obviously, there's consumption coffee you can drink, but if you're serious about building a business, you need to have samples in your hand so you can share it. So it's
Helen Watt is in so much trouble. She was late to the Zoom. She just confessed that she put 2 ounces into a Ziploc bag. Dave, would you please chastise her?
I'm sure she was giving it to a friend. There's no way it wasn't a friend, like a relative, probably.
It was a very close friend, a relative, blood relative.
Okay, a blood relative. Okay, blood relatives is okay. That's acceptable. It would have been nice to flip them the gold package, obviously, but Ziploc bag it's that personal touch, you know. That works.
Hey, we're all about putting sketchy powders and things into Ziploc bags and mailing them around.
That's why we don't do white coffee.
Right.
Somebody wants to know why can't you put that decaf into the whole bean?
Why can't you put decaf into the whole bean?
Yeah. So do we have whole bean decaf?
No.
That's the question.
The answer is we don't, because the decaffeinated coffee makes up about 10 to 12% of the entire coffee business. Okay. So first of all, you've taken the market and you've reduced it by 88% of the decaf drinkers. And so, you know, it's kind of like for most people, it's in their cupboard for guests to come over and want decaf. And so offering it in 2 varieties, you're taking an extra SKU in whole bean, now in ground, of a amount of a coffee business that's only 12% of the entire market. So it's hard to keep fresh. It doesn't move very well. Now we got whole bean aging, ground aging, and you're getting not a fresh decaf. And decaf, frankly, is bad enough as it is. So we don't want it to get the old bad as well.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm a little much my opinion. But our decaf is the best. So many people, why is our decaf so good? Because it's not poison. That's the main reason.
Yeah, that's good. Marcy Cook lives for it. How about, do the single source coffees meet the same certifications?
It depends on the location, and of course you're talking about the club. So many of them are fair trade, and we'll put that out there. The difference is people have the same strict standards of our own Nicaraguan plantation. I have no idea. I haven't been to them. We source from it. We trust the certifications. We know we're getting certified coffee, and we know that it's coming into our certified roaster, so we can do it that way. But the reality is unless you actually can control from the field to the cup every part of the process, I could not honestly answer that question because I haven't been to those places. But I will tell you, we have very, very high-end specialty customers that are buying from the roaster that buy a lot of this particular coffee for the specialty market. And so we're able to bring this coffee to you. It would be literally impossible for a company to bring these type of single origin coffees the way we do if we weren't really roasting millions and millions of pounds every year. So, but we're doing a lot of certified, we're doing a lot of fair trade, we're doing lots of organics in the single origin coffee, and they're pretty special coffee.
Oh boy. All right, well, I don't know what that question was. Somebody was just gagged on some decaf. All right.
Yes, Swiss water processed decaf is not chemically processed. That is true. And neither is Royal Water decaf. Those are the only 2. Royal Water is out of Mexico, and Swiss Water is out of Switzerland. So those are the 2 decaffeinated process that I would recommend. Is certified organic? Yes, our coffees from Nicaragua are all certified organic, certified fair trade, certified Rainforest Alliance, certified bird friendly. And bird friendly, a lot of people are, what the heck is that? We literally have to build nests on our plantation so that the birds have a place to live. And it's pretty cool. And we literally are building birdhouses for the birds. So, they need a home too.
And so if these guys all got really fired up about it and we put together some just badass contest that let everybody that really sold some coffee go down and do some philanthropic work in Nicaragua at the plantation for all those kids and those poor people, would that be something you're thinking about one of these days?
I have been thinking about it, and they're such good people, and we're taking such good care of them. I don't know if we need to do anything philanthropic, but what I would love to do is we've carved out an area, and I would love to take our closest friends up there and build a baseball diamond for the kids on the plantation so they'd have a place to play, and they love baseball. That's the American dream. Someone from Nicaragua someday becoming a baseball player. We do have a soccer field there for them, but I think that would be a really fun project.
Now that's philanthropic. And I'm telling you what, can you imagine being able to earn that where we're all going down there and building that field of dreams? Everybody on this call, 1 year from today, you think back and you say, golly, Neds, I can't believe that on February 28th of 2017, I heard Dave Briskie talk about building a baseball field. Fast forward 1 year, and we're standing down there looking at those little kids with those giant eyes saying, thank you, Youngevity, and the people that made this happen. That's what we could all do if we just get aligned on this and start pulling the oars together.
Awesome. I don't know if y'all know this, but we did open the school down there, and our partners there have a huge heart, and we started a literacy program for the adults. And we had our first graduating class a month ago. It was the coolest ceremony ever. And the adults were standing there with their certificates. We got this approved by the government, okay? So this is not like something we're just doing in our plantation. So we did a curriculum, and for the first time in 4 or 5 or 6 or however many generations live on this plantation, when they picked up their pay, they signed their name instead of like an X or a symbol. They actually learned how to write their name, and they were the graduating class. And the children who already could do that put on they had music and they played for them, and it was the most heartwarming thing that the graduation was the parents and the kids were celebrating them. And so, I'm so passionate about coffee because we're just doing things that just really touch your heart. And so, that's why I know I can sell coffee to anybody, including a non-coffee drinker. And how do you do that? Do you drink coffee? Do you know someone who does? That's your question. And everyone knows someone who does. So if you don't drink coffee, buy this incredible coffee and give it to those first responders. If you don't know someone who does, give it to the police department, bring it to your firehouse because they need coffee. They're up all night and they drink coffee like crazy, and they might as well drink ours. So there isn't a reason for anyone in this family or this community not to be buying our coffee. And the vets too, you bet, Todd.
Those of you out there that have made brochures, Lance Gordon, several of you, those of you that have got PDFs, those of you who have your own videos, send those to me. Because until Youngevity has them for us, we're not waiting. Let's get these things out. I know Dave's moving this thing like an absolute madman, but that doesn't mean we wait. We want to move like the wind here and make this thing gigantic. And, there's nothing like tomorrow. It never gets here. If you got it, send it to me. We'll figure out a way to mass produce something. Youngevity's really working on giving us some cool stuff, but they've got a very full plate out there. Let's make this priority one for this call.
Yeah, let's do it. I'm really excited. Really excited.
Yeah, cool stuff. What do you mean? 7-Eleven?
By the way, Karen Thompson's on this call. She helped develop the Javolution website. We're going to turn the content of that site into a site that's way more than the club, so you have a place to really do a presentation. And we are going to make the marketing material be around everything coffee. So we're working on all that as we speak. Someone asked about 7-Eleven. There has been no announcement on green coffee being in 7-Eleven. However, according to their advertisement, their green coffee is from Matagalpa, Nicaragua, where our plantation and processing plant happens to be. So I really can't talk about whether that's our coffee or not. Publix is, yes, our coffee is in Publix. Our coffee is in a lot of different places, and this is not the obviously Youngevity's coffee. Something I should talk about to clear something up, because this omni-direct, our coffee business existed before. These K-Cups, for example, and the coffee that we are shipping, Youngevity is shipping, is pretty amazing. This coffee actually will not, this K-Cup we tried to market a similar coffee. If you remember, Tom, we had Josie's Java House and when we launched the K-Cup business. We created a coffee that no one could believe a K-Cup, which was built for convenience, could have that type of extraction and taste so good. And so we said, well, we'll bring it to market, and whoever does bigger quantity first will go ahead and we'll make Youngevity its own brand, this brand. We could not get anybody to buy in commercial retail the K-Cup that we made for Youngevity because, believe it or not, in the wisdom of buyers, true story, it's too good. It tastes too much like drip coffee. We need it to taste like Green Mountain's watered-down version because that's what the consumers used to buying. You should tell that story. Our K-Cups taste like coffee. It's unbelievable. You cannot find K-Cups. I've sent this to friends of mine. They're buying our coffee going, holy geez, I didn't know a K-Cup could taste so good. This coffee you cannot find in the market. And our Josie's Java House that we sell, K-Cups, is dumbed down, less coffee, different grind. I wouldn't drink it. This coffee is insanely delicious, okay? So when I say Youngevity, you can only buy the best coffee in the world from a Youngevity distributor because, frankly, the market is not ready for it. So get these consumers drinking this coffee.
Okay, that is so cool. Some people are asking whether...
Drop the mic!
Okay, so he dropped the mic. That's cool. So here's the deal, you guys. Kellen Watt just posted that you can make your own coffee cup, your own Youngevity coffee cup. And that is so beautiful. It is, and Dave, are you guys getting to some, is your marketing department working on some brochures and stuff? And some
Yes.
for us
Yes.
Okay, we are many. Everybody, I have to go. It's 6:30. This thing flew by. This will be posted. I will tell you, this will go down as the greatest Zoom in the history of Youngevity's 20 years. Dave Briskie brought the rain. Unbelievable. Recognition. That's exactly right, Samantha White. Buy this stuff from yourself. It is unbelievable. Big round of applause for Dave Briskie. Big round of applause for every one of you guys on here. Go and duplicate. We're going to go down to the office. We'll put out an email if we're going to be able to stream me doing the Youngevity OmniDirect slide deck in the back office tonight. If we can get it up and running, I'll do it. And it is going to make your pants want to get up and dance. We love you guys. Thank you very, very much. We're rolling.
Thank you guys so much. Keep buying the coffee. Priscilla, you're looking good.
Wow.
Thanks, you guys. Biggest guys ever.
What an outstanding. Thank you.
Thanks, Dave. Thanks, Tom.
Thank you.
What the hell?
What the hell?
Great job.
More information than anybody's tried.
Good night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night.
You guys are crazy.